This is a project of the Polish Interfaith Temple of God's Providence.
It was designed on May 3, 1792 by architect Jakub Kubicki, but alas, the construction was never finished due to war with Russia.
However, we are now only interested in the architect. So, despite the extremely low amount of information about him, there is no doubt that Kubicki was a Freemason and studied in Jesuit college.
And his project was developed exactly 1 year after the creation of the May 3 Constitution, in which, according to reliable and scientific data, Masons were also involved. Keep this 1 year in mind. May is the 5th month in the calendar. 5 to 3 equals 2. Multiply 2 by 100 and get 200. 1791 plus 200 equals 1991. Masonic Society Grand East of Poland was founded in 1991.
And 1 year later, in the UK, William Alexander Ryan was born. But how is he related to Polish Masons? Let's start with the obvious. Will has a brother. Kubicki also had a brother. Will's nose has a triangular shape and looks suspiciously like one of the Masonic symbols, the rising eye. Further, at this moment, Will is 30 years old. Let's take the previously obtained 2. 30 halves equals 15. At age of 15, Will created the band Land of Hell, which later became Onyx Colony, which has made 7 albums in total. By the way, on some of their covers you can see references to the rising eye. But back to the main proof. So far the numbers we have are 1, 5 and 7. The fist plus the last equals 8, from those we get 1758.
In this year, Jakub Kubicki was born. We have proven that Will Ryan is a reincarnation of Jakub Kubicki, and is spreading ideas of Polish Freemasonry. But it is not the end yet.
The name William Alexander Ryan, written in Cyrillic, has 20 letters.
20. Year 2020, the Maria Neal event was out in a Chinese game Artplatz, where character and Lina Neal appeared for the first time. The portrait resemblance between these two is striking.
But it is not their only common trait. Like Kubicki and Will Ryan, Lina had a brother. By the way, the event takes place in a country called Kazimierz, which is obviously a reference to Poland.
This means that Lina is a Pole, like Kubicki.
You can argue that Will Ryan and Lina Neal exist in parallel and cannot be the same person. And you will be correct, because right now, they are different people.
Before, Will's consciousness used to be guided by another, which caused several mental issues.
Jakub Kubicki made a deal with the secret world government, and by its conditions, 200 years after his greatest creation is designed, he will be granted eternal life. But in return, he will have to devote himself to glorifying and promoting ideas of Freemasonry. In his first life, he did it in architecture.
In the second, he created music where secret messages were laid in the lyrics and visuals. But seeing how his popularity is falling, and how the host cannot bear presence of another mind, he transferred his spirit to a new, greater form of art, a mobile anime gacha game.
Did you think Lina appears in the story so rarely because he has too much for her? In fact, most of this time he is present at the secret meetings of Masonic Lodge of Grand East of Poland. He retained most portrait resemblance to the previous reincarnation, removing features that strongly betrayed him. However, you can see the Masonic symbols on his clothes. Thus, even in the guise of a game character, he continues his contributions to Polish Freemasonry. We have proven that Jakub Kubicki is Will Ryan and is Lina Neal. And, perhaps, in the future we will see other, more perfect versions of him.